One of the best features of the home screen on the iPad is the availability of a spotlight search. If you swipe down anywhere on the screen that is not touching an app, it will pull up your ability to search all of your apps, any documents, and anything else that you've turned on in your settings. For instance, if I have an app on my iPad and I know it's in a folder but I cannot remember exactly which page that I put it on, I can go here and search for that app and it will allow me to choose it from there. If I want to use Keynote to create a presentation, I can simply start to type in Keynote and notice it is going to give me the top hit, which is the app itself. Then it went into my mail and it found that I had some keynotes in there. If you choose on any of the settings to turn it on, it will show up in your spotlight search, and we'll actually look at that in another video. Another thing that you can do is use multi-touch gestures. This will include using multiple fingers on the screen and doing a motion so that something is activated. There's usually one or two, sometimes even three ways to do the same thing on an iPad or a Mac. That is the way they are designed, and it is a preference on how you do this. So we're going to look at just a few of the things that you can do. The first I want to show you is taking 5 fingers and pinching closed to close an app. If I'm in settings and I'm going through and changing some things, but I want to quickly close this, I can just take my 5 fingers and pinch together and it will close the app. If I want to see which apps I have open, I can either double click the home button or I can take 4 fingers and swipe up on the screen, very similar to if I were playing paper football. Notice that I have 2 apps open, and from here I can close either one. The more apps you have open, the more processing power and Wi-Fi power that it may be taking, which may be slowing the processing of the app itself. Another multi-touch gesture is the 4-finger swipe from left to right or right to left. This will allow me to switch between apps that I have open. So if I'm in settings and I know that I have my mail open and I want to quickly switch, I can take 4 fingers and swipe and it will jump back and forth between my apps. Now I can do that 5-finger pinch and it will close the app for me so that I'm back to my home screen. Using the iPad Air, you also have the slide over option, which happens from the right. Let's say that I am in the Settings app and I want to simultaneously look at another app. If I pull over from the right side, it will give me the option to actually look at other apps that can be opened simultaneously. Now this does not mean that it will go full screen, but I could quickly jump into any of the apps that are listed here and look and see what is there. So if I wanted to have my calendar, I can pull up my calendar and very easily and quickly access what is in there. If I swipe from the bottom, I can choose another app and take a look at what I have in there. Google does not work in relation to Google Docs, so that it's unfortunate, but you can't run Google Docs in the slide over view. In order to remove that, I just slide back over. It will close the slide over view, and then I am back to my home screen once I pinch. Last thing I want to show you is the on-screen keyboard and a few of the features that are there. I'm going to go ahead and create a new note, and this is the example that I have here. So I've typed in just a few lines. First thing I want to show you is how the cursor works. There are no arrow keys on the keyboard, but I can either hold my finger down on the screen and get the magnifying glass to move the cursor as needed, or I can take 2 fingers and push down on the keyboard simultaneously, and it will also pull up the cursor for me. Notice that I can highlight from this and I can move things around if I need to from that actual action. The other thing you can do on the newer keyboard is that it does have a checklist that you can add simply by choosing the check with the circle around it. I can quickly change my paragraph style. I can add a camera, so I can take a photo or add media. I can draw if I want to. Notice that I can also use the predictive text. Right now it has I, the, and I'm. And this will just kind of follow the common things that you type in throughout your different experiences there. So we've gone over with that the on-screen keyboard, the multi-touch gestures, and spotlight search on your iPad. Thank you for watching this video. Please view our other modules on the WCPS Professional Learning website.